What's up, guys? It's Coach Mike back here with some training tips today. Getting into infield play, specifically some kneel and dry work, something that I like to do with our infielders every day before we get warmed up and start taking actual fungos or ground balls, getting their hands loosened up and ready to go for the day. So if you haven't checked out the previous episode of our throwing progression, also with our everyday drills, make sure you check it out at watchtcs.com. All right, so we'll start with our kneel and dry work with our partners here. There'll be three different types of ground balls and three different, we call them lanes. So a ball right at them, a forehand and a backhand, and with different type of hops. Big emphasis here, we'll start with what I call the two-handed lane. So it's something that you're gonna field between your hips or between your knees. We typically start it as a bare hand drill. Gives them a little bit more of a better feel of the ground ball and everything. So you can see here, Johnny's in a good athletic position. He takes his glove and puts it in front of him here. We want to make sure our hands are out in front of us as much as possible. That way we can go out and get that ground ball rather than letting it eat us up in here. Johnny will show you, he'll get his glove hand out. He has a really nice job here of creating what we call backboard here. We don't want to create a ramp. You know, a lot of times for your younger guys, you'll see a ramp and that'll cause it to hit the heel of the glove and come up and get you in the face. So we want to make sure we have a good backboard there, good stiff wrist, a little bit more here for that ball right out in front of us. Get your face behind the ball. That way we can just really track it with our eyes the whole way into the glove here. And then with his free hand, since this is a two-handed lane, he's going to have it pinky to pinky here on the side. A lot of people teach and talk about an alligator where it's this way. For myself personally, I'm not a big fan of that. If you have an alligator, you lose vision of the baseball going into your glove, whereas if you're pinky to pinky, you can track that thing the whole way into your glove and be ready to get it out and ready to go. All right, so another big thing here, our upper body posture. Basically, we want Johnny here to have a flat back. See how his hips have to go back and his back is not rounded. So if I'm gonna take a ruler or a PVC pipe and put it right here from his head all the way down to his backside, it should lay on there straight as opposed to it being bowed here. It just gives us a more athletic position, and naturally his hands will be able to reach out and get that baseball there in that two-handed lane. All right, so as you can see, Johnny and I, we're set up probably about 7 to 8 feet apart, and we're going bare hand this whole time. And we'll start with just fielding the ground ball, no transfers, just to keep it simple to start. So right now we'll just throw each other ground balls, different sort of hops, making sure we're tracking the baseball into our glove the whole time. Okay, sometimes I'll throw in a roller there. You know, there's multiple different types of ground balls. You know, we talk about a short hop right there that we play through. We talk about a long hop that we'll bring up to our chest a little bit, and then a roller, same thing, up through our chest. All right, so once we're wrapped up with our two-handed lane, we'll move to the forehand lane, where I've heard it called the one-handed lane before here. Big emphasis, same thing, it's getting their face behind the baseball. So this is a ball that's hit coming from this direction here. Johnny's gonna do a good job of getting his face behind the baseball, still creating that good backboard. A lot of younger guys wanna do is that they wanna get their second hand in there for a one-handed lane. As you get older, you have to be more comfortable fielding the ball with just your glove. Same sort of concept as like I talked about with the alligator drill. If Johnny brings his second hand over here, that's going to limit his vision of watching the baseball come into his glove, as well as limit his range a little bit. Because here, if he gets his right hand out of the way, he can go get a ball here, he can go get a ball here, where if two hands are here, you can see his glove has to come up in that one-handed lane. Same thing, showing good posture here and making sure our face is behind the baseball. We're getting our eyes on plane with the trajectory of where the baseball is coming from, and then go from there. Right now, we're just really working on tracking the baseball into our hand, making sure our face is behind the baseball. Johnny does a really good job of tracking that into his hand. Another thing you can start doing with these is adding in a transfer. Once kids kind of get used to this and know what they're doing, you can start getting them used to getting the baseball out. As infielders, we want to make sure we get rid of the ball as quickly as we can to get it over to first base. The last lane that we'll talk about is our backhand lane here. I know it's repetitive, but really getting their face behind this baseball. All right, so many times I see guys want to kick their head up and it causes them to lose sight of the baseball. So right here, Johnny's going to have the same good posture he's had the entire time, making sure his head is low and playing low to the ground here. Big emphasis here though is that basically there's a hinge at your elbow here. So if he's coming to get a short hop here, all right, his elbow is just going to move this way. Where if it's going to be a long hop, say he's deep in the hole at third base or shortstop and he needs to give with it, it's just a hinge this way. So boom here, boom coming forward. It's not his whole arm moving this way. That's just too much movement. We want to make sure we keep it simple, pretend like they're landing an airplane, nice and easy, and playing through the baseball on a backhand. All right, now we're going to work on the backhanded lane here, really focusing on getting our face behind the ball, okay? Good hinge here. It's good to practice both, depending on what it is. Okay, right there, I'm picking through it. Anytime we're trying to pick through a baseball, we want to make sure that that movement through the ball is as minimal as possible. I don't want to see a lot of this sort of thing. So if we're picking up through everything, we're taking away the surface area of our glove of where we can actually catch the ball, where if we pick through it, where the baseball is coming from, that's going to stay on playing with the ball a lot longer than if we're coming up or to the side. You know, it looks a little flashy and all that, but at the end of the day, the best play is an out, not necessarily if it's looking flashy or not. Thanks for watching today, guys. Make sure you check out our previous episodes, as well as look for future episodes. Make sure you subscribe to Triple Crown Sports on YouTube. Thanks, guys.